hey, Marty, I'm reaching out to you about your insurance request that recently came into my office. Seems like you don't answer phone numbers you don't recognize. Totally fine. But my job is to facilitate this case file that's come across my desk. If you'd like to speak, I'm always available. Or if you'd like to get some quotes yourself, here's my direct link where you can get quotes for yourself online. Boom, insert Ethos link. Hello, everybody. Grady Polson here. Beyond excited to have Marty Evans on with us today, head sales trainer at Ethos. We're going to talk about an A to Z breakdown on how to maximize your income with Ethos. He's traveled all around. He's been with Ethos for many years now and seen what it's grown from and what it's growing into. And no one has helped more agents get their partnership started with this incredible carrier that's doing it differently. And in my mind is one of the most impressive ways that will, as any incredible thing, Tesla was the first electric car. Now everybody's playing catch up, right? But the market share that Tesla has versus everybody else trying to catch up is going to be paltry compared to what Tesla continues to do. I feel Ethos is the Tesla of insurance carriers, and I'm just proud to get to know more about him as days and weeks and months continue on our partnership. So without further ado, I'd love to bring on Marty Evans.
Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for that wonderful intro. Awesome. Yeah, I've got several things that I want to go through to get everybody set up, but I actually wanted to start it all off with an update, an exciting update. Since you mentioned the word IUL, my ears just started tingling and I was like, I think this is something that Grady's team would be excited to hear about. So is it cool if I start there and then jump in? Awesome.
Take it away, my man.
Awesome. Well, in that case, let's take a look at what we've got under the hood. So we've got coming soon, and by soon I mean this summer. So this will be rolled out in a limited group just to get feedback early on next month, and then it'll hit the ground running in September. But for now, most important takeaway from this slide is if you receive pre-contracting paperwork, if you see anything from SureLC about Ethos and Emeritus, Emeritus is actually the carrier that's making this product with us. Make sure to knock out that paperwork so you can be able to take advantage of this product the moment it hits. And if you have not yet received an invite to get contracted, I'm just going to drop in the chat. If you can just email my teammate, nick.taylor@getethos.com, he'll be able to route your information. We just need name and NPN. But so our IUL at a glance, it's a little teaser of what you can look forward to. We really want you to be able to focus on selling and not the hassle of software. So we've got a one-stop shop from quoting to activation, and you're going to be able to use this Smart Solve technology to see up to 5 policy configurations, and you'll have marketing materials that'll just make it as easy as you've ever imagined to sell IUL. Selling it anywhere, instantly, face-to-face, or as the other Marty from Ethos, Marty Schaefer, likes to say, kneecap to kneecap. You can go phone, video call, and you can not only have a compelling IUL product, but it's truly instant in most cases. And so you can start inching towards that reality of a one-call close with IUL even. Top comp, paid daily. So you're going to get paid the day after the policy effective date with real-time tracking of your earnings in your Ethos portal, which I'm going to show you that you can take advantage of with your, just term and whole life now. You can help clients maximize how attractive their policy is with these no cost and add-on riders. So you can have things like accelerated death benefits, lifetime income, and other riders that we'll talk much more about in the coming weeks. And then finally, just getting 3 times the coverage max of some other instant IUL products. So you can help to also protect those families with higher income. Just makes this product something we're really excited about. So look out for that for sure. And I'm also going to,
what you said, Marty, I love what you said is in regards to, it's all in our agent back office.
Yeah. So
Like,
this is all, you just log in your portal. You can see your financial status in one simple place.
so I don't have to log in and then navigate to a third window and down another window and then open up another software and then log into that software. And then that one only shows me limited illustration, and then go download a different software and then go through that software and make sure I pick the right product and click the right buttons because, oh, in my state, we don't have that product, but although it'll quote me for that product and illustrate me for that product, it doesn't actually exist in my state. So I just did all this work and it didn't actually matter. Like all that confusion that I've gone through as an agent, trying to just get an illustration for someone that wanted to put away $500 or $1,000 a month into an IUL. I just log into my Ethos back office and it's all just right there for me.
Exactly.
God,
Exactly.
man, what an idea. What a concept.
Right. I see some questions coming in. I won't get into the details of IUL today just because we're going to have all of the specific pointers. We're going to have multiple trainings. We're going to get all your questions answered. The most exciting thing that I can do right now is one, grab your attention and deliver a call to action, which is make sure to get pre-contracted so that you can hit the ground running and take advantage of all these features that we've built literally for FFL. We developed this with and for you and this community because you're such a great partner and you have such a great impact. We want to bet on you because you've bet on us.
Amen. We'll love it. Well, and Marty, just to foreshadow, once it goes full green light, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, that's F1, 5 red lights.
Yeah, the F1.
Lights on, away we go. We'll have you back on to give a full breakdown, maybe even do some mock illustrations at that point. But today's,
I love it.
So we got to get you into Ethos, in love with them like I am. And then it'll just be, oh my God, they added this too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Perfect.
That's what we're hoping for. And so with that being said, I'm actually just going to dive into how to get started quickly as a new agent. You can imagine a little asterisk by new. Just think new to Ethos. So this doesn't mean that if you've been in the game, if you've been in the industry, if you've been changing lives for 2 decades, that this isn't for you. I just mean anyone new is new to me and new to our product. So I'm going to start with congratulations are in order. And that's whether you were an attendee of one of our new agent trainings, which this is going to look very familiar because that's exactly what it is. And you just joined the industry and you're like, I don't really know all of the details of what, closing my first person looks like. Or if you're someone that's been doing this for a while. And then when I say fully underwritten up to $2 million with no medical, and you say, hold on, did you say that correctly? No matter who you are, no matter what your background is, congratulations for what you do. And thank you for giving us the opportunity to earn your business. Most important takeaway when you see Ethos, if you've never used it before, is you're already contracted with Ethos. If you get a text message, if you get an email from us, we don't just get a marketing list. You literally are already set up with us and you can hit the ground running. So today I'm going to talk about this concept of a new agent flywheel, building on the things that Grady hits on often, the actual easy Ethos process, and then the scripts and templates that we've already made for you, already vetted, that you can, of course, tailor to your voice and then hit the ground running. So the framework that I'm going to use is how you can think about diving in your first 2 weeks with Ethos, but with the agents that I've met with, they end up compressing this into like their first 2 or 3 days because everyone just gets after it. So that's an infectious spirit that I'm going to feed into. So if you want to, rather than say day 14, you want to say day 3, more power to you. But we're going to break it down in the major activities that'll be helpful for you to hit the ground running. So much of what we're talking about is really built around this concept of interlocking or interconnected activities that really feed on themselves to grow your business. So with that being said, leads obviously are the lifeblood of your business. And so that's when I saw that discount code for those leads earlier. I was like, yep, this is where the flywheel starts. So not really rocket science here. Buying leads leads to policies that you can activate, leads to commissions that you can use to reinvest in your business. But let's look a little more closely at what a typical scenario might look like. Let's say you buy 100 leads. ILC is a wonderful place to go. Obviously, they've got a variety of different lead types, but if you're just getting started, I'd say about 100 is a good place to start. Would you say that's That's a fair starting place, Grady? Cool.
Yep.
Let's say you get 100 leads from ILC. So these are your prospects. These are your potential families that you can connect with. All else equal, without using the extensive set of tools and different options that you have and the illustrations that you can run or the different carriers that you have, with just the easy Ethos process of about 10 minutes for an application for a client to complete or for you to complete with the client. On average, we've seen, and of course, this is taking in the power users that are just sharks, and then those who aren't quite as successful because they're just getting started out. On average, that set of 100 leads leads to about 3 to 5 Ethos policies being activated. And with an annual premium of a little over $1,000, that's going to generate you a good $2,500 to $4,200 in commissions. That's also assuming roughly an 80% commission. The products and the commissions vary, but in general, if you start with 100 leads, on average, a few $1,000s. I have to bring up what Grady, what Sean Mike, what John Wetmore, what all of the leaders in the summer sales convention emphasized, which is make sure whenever you see a commission number, keep me honest. Marty, did you make sure to set aside that 30% for those future chargebacks that you might encounter? Especially if you're a new agent, it's one of the easier ways to get dissuaded. And this, of course, isn't just an Ethos thing. It's the industry that sometimes people, your clients might have hardships. They might have things that change. And of course, while you can work with them to try and keep policies on the books, it's just inevitable that 30% of the business is just going to fall off. So you want to set that aside. And then with the rest of the commissions that you have to grow your business, you can reinvest in buying more leads and you can keep the flywheel going. So not rocket science here, but that is core to keep in mind, that leads are the lifeblood of your business. The easier you can activate and the more you can activate, especially because you can't add more than 24 hours in the day. So the more you can do with less, the better. And then, of course, the commissions you generate can just keep that process going. So with that being said, let's get to what we all came here for. Other than to see Grady's nice smile, it's this easy Ethos process. And so let's say we're in day 2. We've went over just the structure of how we're going to keep growing our business. What is Ethos? What do we do? How do we work? Well, and I'll say this 100 times because I just loved my summer up in Seattle. So when I was in business school, I interned at Starbucks, and they told me, they said, "Hey, we're not a coffee company." And I was like, "You're definitely a coffee company. I'm drinking coffee. Everybody goes to Starbucks to drink coffee." They said, no. We're actually in the people business. We just happen to sell coffee. And so similarly, we are a technology company. So we leverage, we try and stay ahead of the research. We're following all of the white papers. We're issuing blog updates ourselves on the state of the industry. We are a technology company that is focused on solving as many problems as we can in the life insurance industry. And so what does that look like? Well, we started off actually as a direct-to-consumer company. And so we've got a lot of experience building a performance marketing engine with how do you get someone digitally? How do you get someone's attention? How do you get someone interested in taking those steps in the application process? And then our application is largely built to address some of these pain points that has led to the state of the industry now, which is many Americans being underinsured. It's why we're all doing what we do to help plug this gap. And part of the reason that gap exists is because the application process with many carriers, I know there are great ones out there, shouts to y'all, but many carriers are just not trying to make the process as easy as they can because they don't have as much of an incentive to just improve things. So medical exams with blood draws and urine samples and an 8-week process just to get a no. These are just things that largely keep clients and families on the sidelines. So with our 10-minute application with no medical exams, we're just asking a few health and lifestyle questions. Clients have the ability to get opportunities to get insurance. And this is based on our application engine for those out there that are technically inclined, and I am seated here in Silicon Valley, so I'm a nerd out really quickly. We use a set of APIs to ping over 300,000 data points. And we actually do the underwriting with the carriers that we partner with in order to offer proprietary products for your clients. Long story short, they're just answering simple questions. Here's how old I am. Here's what my height and weight are. And then they're being considered and evaluated for a suite of different products. And then they have the opportunity to bind one and access all those documents completely online. So there's no paper, there's no medical exams. We just try and make this process as easy as possible. And we're able to do that because we partner with, or we work with such amazing carriers that we're able to have 4 carriers that you, remember, your contract with Ethos, so you get access to 4 carriers you don't already have, and a suite of 7, soon to be 8 different products that your clients are considered for. So this is the one slide that's going to be the most in the weeds. I'm just going to talk through what it is that we're offering. We have our core term products with Banner and Emeritus. So these are designed for clients that are, seeking to replace their lifestyle income or protect their mortgage even. So we're offering fully underwritten term life, but no medical, for applicants looking for up to $2 million without an exam, depending on the client's, age and health. And this is competing against policies that typically take 6 to 8 weeks in underwriting. Since we have about 90% instant issuance, there are a few that will be routed to underwriting. And on average, that takes us 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
In addition, we've got simplified issue term life products. We've got increasing with TrueStage, level with Banner for those elevated risk clients who might not qualify for the fully underwritten core offering. And there's, a few questions about the last 5 years. They're looking for major medical events such as cancer, heart attacks, strokes. But it's a pretty straightforward process with same-day coverage options. And then finally, we offer, I know there's a lot of final expense business. There's a lot of whole life policies. We do offer whole life products through Senior Life and TrueStage. And so we've got final expense up to 100K. This is based on medical and prescription history. So there's going to be a few questions based on recent history. And then we've got a guaranteed acceptance whole life product as well. So that's really just focused on age and gender. The bigger takeaway, if I step back, is with one application, one ping on your MIB report, your client is considered for 7 different products in like a waterfall approach. We don't need to apply and see, oh, what happened? Oh, they got denied. Let's try this. Oh, what happened? You just apply once. And if we see someone is, or the algorithm is evaluating, if someone would be knocked out of a certain product, they'll just be rerouted to a different product in this waterfall approach. So it's really as seamless as you can imagine for clients. And of course, we got to show love to our community of agents. So we make it as seamless as possible for agents as well to be able to protect your families by seeing their status in the portal. And I'm going to show you a live portal demo in just a moment. So you can see the status of all your applications. You can see where your finances are in terms of what you've made. We've got tons of marketing resources that I'm definitely going to dive into. Chat box for help and support. All of those things are in your portal. And so this is a great opportunity if you're watching this now or watching this later to go to your agent portal and follow along with what I'm about to share. So that's just going to be at agents.ethoslife.com. So you're just going to go to agents.ethoslife.com, and I'm going to show you what you can expect to see there. You're just going to get a quick screen asking for you to prove who you are. Will the real Ethos agent please stand up? You just type in your phone number. You can get a text message, or you type in your email address, and then you can get an email with a quick code that you just drop in. Once you do actually log in, you'll have the opportunity to see a wealth of things that are made just to make your life as easy as possible. So what I'm going to show you at a summary level, and then I'll walk you through the portal, is the 2 ways to use this Ethos, wealth of technological tools at your disposal. You can either share your Ethos link you can share a website link that's got a code that identifies you. And then your client can just fill out that application. If they fill out an application of a link that you send, you get paid. Once they pay for the premium, once they get approved and activate that policy, you get paid. The alternative is if you'd like to hold the hand of the client, if you'd like to guide them, have them feel more comfortable with it, you can complete what's called an agent assisted application. Same 10-minute easy process, just you're putting in the info for them. And so if we log into an agent portal, so this is a demo, where you can find those is first you go down to share website and you can just copy link right there. Now, if you're snazzy, if you've got your business card, you've got your refrigerator magnets and you want to put it on a QR code, go for it. More power to you. If you'd like to email directly that link, you can do that here. And then once you actually click open website, you can take a look at what your website will look like. Now, this is a demo site, so I had to pull someone that y'all might have heard of before. So I pulled a real live website. And so if Grady were to send out his link, if he were to update a bio on his social media and someone were to click it, this is what they see. So I'm going to point out a few major features, and this is already available for you. If they were to click on check my price or get my rates, you know what happens? We jump right into the application. It's that easy because it takes about as much time to get a quote as it does to actually apply. This is a new function that was rolled out with the feedback that we got from you, which is getting leads. You have a source for that. Reaching out, that's just part of the sales process. Actually scheduling appointments is a bottleneck for many agents. So we actually rolled out the ability for you to connect with your Calendly or your Google Calendar, the ability for clients to come directly to your website and then schedule a meeting with you. You can update your photo, you can update your contact information, and you can also see the other collateral that we've already populated in your website to answer questions for them. So at scale, you can provide the type of information that people would want to see. And then as long as they, click any of these, then they're jumping right into that application process. And so if you'd like to change your photo, if you'd like to change the number that's shown, quickly how to do that, you just come back into your Ethos, your agents.ethoslife.com in your portal, you go down to settings, and then you can change the photo, you can change the name, the work phone, and the work phone is what's popping up when you log into, or when someone sees your link, that's the phone that they see. So if you want to have a work phone there versus your personal phone is what you log in with, that's all fine. And it's just really easy to customize. You can also even change the DBA, so the doing business as. If your name is, Marty Evans, but you'd like to be, can't have an insurance party without Marty.com, you can have that as you're doing business as. And then when people see that, they'll be able to see that business name that you have. So 3 big points here, and then I'm going to jump back into the deck. How to apply, share your website is how you get the link, or you just simply go to application. And that's how you start this agent assisted application, where you're simply jumping right in wherever someone's located. You're starting to answer the same questions they'd get. So first is how to apply. Next, how do I see what's going on with everyone? Customers. So you can treat this like your CRM for all of your Ethos sales. So I can see by application status, who's where in the process. I can also see who is where in terms of policy status, which policies might have lapsed, which ones are currently active, premium paying. And then finally, so how to apply, where are your customers, and then let's take a look at earnings. So of course, this is a demo portal, so I don't have any earnings in here, but you can not only see your earnings, you can see the chargebacks as well, because that's something else that I got from the from John Wetmore's team in Atlanta. They were like, Marty, I know this isn't the flashiest thing in the world, but just keeping track of chargebacks and who's doing what, especially for my downlines, is just, it's hours out of my week. I was like, never fear. Sales team is here Talked to our engineering team. They were like, Marty, what you got? What are you hearing? What do agents need? I was like, they need an easy way to see chargebacks. So you can not only see your chargebacks, you can view all of your downlines chargebacks. You can see which items have been paid. You can see what days to roll up, all of the things that aren't the most exciting to talk about, but are absolutely necessary to running your business. It's all inside your Ethos agent portal, because we heard the feedback that it's just something that'll help you run your businesses more effectively. So we rolled that out. And then last but not least, I know some people are still a little like, well, which products do you actually have? As soon as you come home, just go to underwriting and product guidelines, and you'll quickly see the details of what I just briefly touched on before, which is which carriers are with which products, what are the face amounts, what are the ages, what are the knockout conditions. All of that's inside this really quick underwriting and product guidelines shortcut. So with that being said, I'm going to jump back into our deck. One small note: when you do finally submit your first policy, you do have to contract with the actual carrier that we work with to provide that product. So this is a slide, and of course the deck will be provided later, so you can look at this later. But just at the time of actually getting a policy activated, that's when you'll want to jump into Insurance Bay and make sure you're properly contracted so you can get paid. Now, one thing that I have received, I did get a question about, well, I want to make sure if someone sees a commercial, if someone hears something on the radio and then they go to Ethos, but I've already talked to them, that I still get credit even though they just clicked my link. What happens? Like, how do I still get credit? Well, it's all about the door through which someone walks into Ethos to get their coverage. What do I mean? Let's say you send your link to someone and they finish an application, then you're going to get paid. Let's say that you actually go through the agent assisted application and they finish, obviously you're going to get it paid. Now, let's pretend they start that application, they get much of the way through, dog knocks over a lamp, they get distracted, they don't actually bind coverage. What are we going to do? Well, that's when we've got our own sales team that's actually going to reach out to your client, answer any questions they have, and if they don't have any objections and they're like, no, I actually want to do this, let's sign up, we're not taking that sale from you. It's quite the opposite. We're the best wing women and wing men that you're going to find. We want to get those families protected and we want to pay you. So in that event that we had the phone number, the email, or the social security number from your client, we've associated them with either your link or your agent assistant application. So our sales team can help augment the work that you're out there busy doing. So make no mistake, we're not stealing, we're just helping. Hitch was one of my favorite rom-coms. So we just want to be a really good wingman to help you to get those policies activated.
Great movie.
Great movie, great movie. Well, I won't spend too much time on the scripts and templates that we have, but just walking you through just a couple of slides. Let's say that we have, bought that $500 worth of leads and we've got some leads to roll with. Since I'm on, I have to mention Ethos leads. Ethos leads actually come from exactly the process I just described, where we have people that did go directly onto our website that never worked with an agent at all, and they start an application, but they don't finish. We do reach out, but some clients just don't finish. Maybe they just don't have the suite of products or we don't have the suite of products they're looking for. Maybe they did have more questions and just you as an agent are able to sell more effectively and understand what they're looking for. Ethos leads are in ILC. They're under the exclusive leads category, Ethos Fresh Card Abandoned. These are people that didn't just fill out a form that says, I'm interested in retirement finance. This is, they literally have gone through verifying their identity on a life insurance application, and they didn't finish. So they're very high intent, which means they're also very high demand, but certainly check those out. Make no mistake, you don't need to sell an Ethos policy to an Ethos leads or need an Ethos lead to sell an Ethos policy. But there are a lot of people that find success, and this is just a slide you can look at later to make sure that we properly pay you if you do get an Ethos lead, an Ethos app after they've already started one. Just to wrap up some of those pointers that I said are in here, we've got emails that communicate the importance of life insurance, all compliance vetted, and our marketing team has helped to A/B test with thousands and thousands of clients to figure out what are the words to say that tend to work well. Just make sure you paste in that Ethos link. So if I go back into my portal, remember you're going down to share website, and that's where you can get your link. You copy that, and that's what you can replace in these templates with your personal information. So update that link in bio. There's, properties here. Threads is a new one. Lemonade is a new one that the kids are into these days. I got to get into it, so I stopped saying things like the kids are into these days. But just remember, if you have a link there, as long as someone has a phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, if they can get on the internet, you can give them coverage. I will say that the difference between agents that just send out their link and agents that have some level of human interaction, whether it's exchanging an email, a text, maybe they're in your network, if they're on your social media, and then the link is where you direct them, it's night and day in terms of the conversion. So if you can do what you're great at, which is selling and really problem solving, then definitely don't discount what you can do. Just think of how Ethos can help open up a realm of new ways of solving problems. You've got scheduling conflicts. You can't actually make the time that they want. You've got a client who, even after you try your objection handling, they just don't want to give you their social security number or their personal information. You can say, I completely understand. Maybe they were a victim of identity theft. I completely understand. I'm going to actually give you this link, and I'm going to stay here to help talk you through things, but you never have to give me your information if you don't feel comfortable. And I'd be happy to help walk you through this process in a way that you're comfortable with. So many problems we can solve.
Slam dunk.
And so we've got plenty of content in here. We've got ways of announcing if it's career change. We've got SMS. So I'll let you take a look at that later at your own comfort. But in general, at the end of the day, just with this presentation, hopefully you've been able to see what the process looks like of buying leads and going through this new agent flywheel, converting those leads with this 10-minute process that you already have access to, reviewing some of the scripts and templates that you can use, and then of course taking the commissions you generate to have more leads that lead to more families that you can protect. So just agents.ethoslife.com is where you can get that party started.
Tremendous. Thank you so much. Drop an E in the chats below to show Marty some love for Ethos. Now, here's a clarifying question. Yeah. Your back office, are we able to use your sender to send emails and texts, or just emails, or just texts, or what's the capacity that you guys have at this point? Because I remember when originally, like, this is a newer feature you guys have added, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've been great question. I'm like blushing over here with all the love coming in. I just gotta echo right back. Here's how I feel about each and every one of you. I've got love for each and every one of you. I'm in Silicon Valley, which is where the dreamers are. Everyone wants to start their own business. Dream chasing is my license plate. So shouts to all the dream chasers out there. I respect each and every one of you business owners. But to answer your question, Grady, we've been A/B testing with the sending of, or with the built-in email functionality. We have not seen quite as much uptake as, to be honest, some of the sole email providing solutions like MailChimp or a Marketo or something like that. Sure. So we would say if you do have one of those existing softwares, they're going to be better, because we were running into some problems with just deliverability. Since we are a younger company, we just blew out the candles in our birthday cake. We turned 7 this year. And so it's just part of how the email servers treat newcomers versus older companies. They're like, is this spam? We want to make sure your emails get delivered. So we definitely recommend that. But we are working on trying to provide an SMS option, since a lot of agents have said they'd love to be able to push SMS. So more to come on that. But for now, you can just grab that link. You can grab these templates and drop them into whatever software you have success with.
Yeah, so you guys, you can go get their templates and then you can use, I believe China, you can send in Gmail up to 500 emails today, slap all your clients in the BCC if you want, and or you could customize each one, both is appropriate. I use Aweber. When I first started insurance, I started with MailChimp. They told me they didn't want my insurance business. So I progressively for 5 years now told everybody to never get MailChimp and only only to go to Aweber because they love insurance agents. And so Aweber is just it's another email autoresponder type service. That's a great concept is you could take your emails, guys, email, first name, last name, put it into Aweber, upload it in a CSV file, grab 3, 5, 7 of the Ethos email templates and drip out to your leads. We always talk about buy 100 leads, connect with 30, present to 20, close 10. What do you do with the other 70? Well, let's take those 70 and put them into an autoresponder. And I love the fact that you guys have pre-vetted, A/B tested, word copy and content for us to use, because that's oftentimes I get a question because I do a minimal amount of marketing around here, but I'm always like, I don't know how to specifically get Betty to click the button in insurance. And I love that you guys are testing it with tens of thousands of clients and emails. And so that's a huge asset, guys. The same standpoint, ClickSend is a service we've used. I believe there's another one called Haymarket, or is that something else? And then there's Community, which we use, which is more so like when we're communicating with just our 18, but ClickSend's a text service. Or what works every time? A personal text from your personal cell phone, because that's the easiest way to make sure it gets delivered. Your number doesn't get marked as spam and you're not, breaking any compliance. What are the 8? There's all the acronyms that we don't want.
It's alphabet soup of all the things.
So guys, it's a simple way. And as I always try to, if you're calling a client, agent goes, well, what, I called the lead and they didn't answer. And I'm like, how many times you call? Well, just once. I was like, no, we called 9 times day one, right? You call them 3 times. You could wait through 2 hours, call them 3 times, wait 4 hours, call them 3 times. They finally answer. Be prepared with your script. What's going on? Hey man, this case file came across my desk. My job to facilitate your request, and we need to get this resolved. Now we have your address is this, this, and this. Your name is this. Your birthday, and then just start verifying the information. Right? Take back control when that client answers the phone, especially if you've been calling them a bunch. But there is a large subset of people that just don't answer numbers they don't recognize. So a simple text of, hey, Marty, I'm reaching out to you about your insurance request that recently came into my office. Seems like you don't answer phone numbers you don't recognize. Totally fine. But my job is to facilitate this case file that's come across my desk. If you'd like to speak, I'm always available. Or if you'd like to get some quotes yourself, here's my direct link where you can get quotes for yourself online. Boom, insert Ethos link. Send that 3, 4, 5. Send that. Sit down and send that. I mean, we've got guys. You wish for it, you work for it, right? These are simple, actionable tasks to create some interest. Guess what? You can also hire Start Virtual, our VA partner, for get a VA for $9, $11 an hour, and have them send the text out for you. And now you've duplicated your efforts. The ones that respond, I'm still interested. You call them back. I mean, we live in a lead-based business, which is so exciting to know that my sister Paris isn't going to be my only lead source of how many girlfriends she has from high school that I can try to go sell insurance to. I only got one Uncle Larry and one Aunt Judy, and they already bought it. And, beyond that, now I'm hustling people at church. So it's like what I love about this business is we're a leads-based business. And these are people, Marty, that said, I love my family so much. Yeah, I want a stranger to call me to talk about how much I love them, so that when I die, God forbid I passed away yesterday, money comes to my wife today, because they don't know how to get insurance without us. That's what's so fun about this. And now we've got this incredible partnership with you guys to just kind of facilitate that and make it easier. I mean, I can't tell you how many times that you're like, you've got to push through to get the social and the bank. Why do you need that? Well, I don't need it, Mary. The insurance company needs your social just to verify interest. Why do you need my bank information? To show intent. Well, I thought we're just applying. We are just applying, but in order to show buyer's intent, the insurance company is going to spend anywhere from a few $100 to $1,000 to check your MIB report, your driving record, make sure you are who you say you are, check your prescription history. And those things cost money. So they want to make sure they're not going to charge you if you don't get it, but they want to know that you're serious by putting your bank account and routing number just to show that you're serious. Now, we do want to protect little Janine, right? Yeah, of course we do. Okay, perfect. So, in knowing that, like, to not have to do that and just send them an agent assisted link and they can put it in themselves and I never see it, the ease at which some clients will need that is alleviated because of you.